What if I told you the secret to transforming your life wasn't some dramatic overhaul or once-in-a-lifetime burst of motivation, but a tiny shift so small you might not even notice it at first? That's the surprising power behind Atomic Habits by James Clear, a book that flips our traditional ideas about self-improvement on their head. Instead of aiming for big goals with flashy results, Clear makes a compelling case that it's the small, daily behaviors, the atomic habits, that quietly but profoundly shape who we become. And the best part? Anyone can start right now with what they already have. James Clear opens the book with a personal story. In high school, he suffered a devastating injury during a baseball game that left him in a coma, fighting to regain basic functions. Over time, he didn't rebuild his life through grand declarations or goals. He simply showed up every day and made small improvements. This recovery taught him that consistency, not intensity, was the real game changer. And that's what he's built the entire philosophy of Atomic Habits around: how tiny actions, compounded over time, lead to remarkable results. One of the book's core ideas is that we don't rise to the level of our goals, we fall to the level of our systems. In other words, goals are nice for setting direction, but systems are what actually drive progress. Imagine wanting to become a healthier person. The goal might be to lose 10 pounds, but unless you have a system for eating better, exercising regularly, and sleeping well, that goal is just wishful thinking. Systems are the processes behind the results, and Clear argues that improving your system by just 1% each day will lead to dramatic results over time. It's not sexy, but it's incredibly effective. Another standout concept is identity-based habits. Most people focus on outcomes. I want to write a book, or I want to run a marathon. Clear encourages a different approach. Build habits based on the person you want to become. If you want to run a marathon, don't just set a goal. Start thinking of yourself as a runner. Every time you go for a jog, no matter how short, you're reinforcing that identity. When your habits align with your identity, they're more likely to stick because they become part of how you see yourself. You're not just doing the thing, you are the kind of person who does it. To make this more actionable, Clear breaks down how habits work using a model called the habit loop. Cue, craving, response, reward. It sounds clinical, but it's everywhere in daily life. Say your phone buzzes, cue. You want to see what's new, craving. You check it, response, and you feel a hit of dopamine, reward. Over time, this loop becomes automatic. The good news is that once you understand the loop, you can start to shape it. Want to build a new habit? Design a clear cue, attach it to something you already do, and make the reward feel satisfying. Want to break a bad habit? Remove the cue or make the craving less attractive. One of the most relatable parts of the book is how Clear demystifies motivation. We tend to think we need to feel motivated to act, but Clear shows that action often precedes motivation. Instead of waiting to feel inspired to go to the gym or start writing, just do the smallest possible version of the habit. Put on your workout clothes, open your laptop, write one sentence. That tiny start often creates momentum, and motivation catches up. This simple shift in thinking can be a huge relief to anyone who's felt stuck in procrastination. Clear also emphasizes the importance of environment in shaping our behavior. We like to believe we have strong willpower, but the truth is, our surroundings do a lot of the heavy lifting. If your kitchen is full of junk food, you're going to eat it. If your phone is next to your bed, you're going to scroll late into the night. But if you design your environment to support your goals, keeping healthy snacks visible, putting your workout gear by the door, setting app limits, you're far more likely to follow through. Clear's insight here is empowering. You don't need to be more disciplined. You just need to make it easier to do the right thing. Another powerful strategy Clear offers is habit stacking, linking a new habit to something you already do. For example, after you brush your teeth, you meditate for 1 minute. After you pour your morning coffee, you write in your journal. This piggybacks on existing neural pathways, making it easier for the new habit to take root. And once you start seeing small wins, your brain starts associating those habits with progress, which creates a positive feedback loop. Tracking your habits, even in the simplest way, is another tool Clear recommends. Marking an X on a calendar, checking off a box in a notebook, or using a habit tracking app gives you a sense of momentum. It might feel trivial, but seeing a streak grow can be highly motivating. And when life inevitably throws you off course, the key is to get back on track as quickly as possible. Clear uses the phrase, "never miss twice." Missing once is normal. Missing twice is the start of a new habit, in the wrong direction. Of course, not all habits yield results quickly, and Clear addresses this with the idea of the plateau of latent potential. Just like ice doesn't melt until it hits 32 degrees Fahrenheit, your efforts might not show visible results right away. But that doesn't mean they're wasted. They're building a foundation for a breakthrough. This insight is crucial for anyone who's ever felt discouraged by slow progress. Clear encourages readers to stay consistent, knowing that big outcomes are often the result of invisible work. Throughout the book, Clear draws on a rich mix of psychology, neuroscience, case studies, and personal anecdotes. He references Olympic athletes, business leaders, and artists, all of whom use small, consistent routines to reach extraordinary heights. The common thread isn't natural talent or luck, it's process. Even a world-class violinist didn't start as one. They just practiced a little more each day, for a long time. Clear also doesn't shy away from the truth that habits can work against you just as powerfully as they can work for you. Negative patterns like scrolling mindlessly, smoking, or procrastinating follow the same rules. But instead of beating yourself up, he encourages a mindset of curiosity and redesign. What cues are triggering this habit? How can I interrupt the loop or swap in a healthier response? It's a compassionate, problem-solving approach, and it's far more effective than guilt or shame. By the time you finish Atomic Habits, you won't feel like you've just read a book. You'll feel like you've been handed a user manual for your brain and your behavior, one that's clear, kind, and incredibly actionable. Clear doesn't promise miracles, but he offers something better. A system you can trust. A roadmap that actually works, not because it's complicated, but because it respects how humans really operate. It makes success feel less like a distant dream and more like a series of small, doable steps you can start today. So, if you've ever struggled with keeping New Year's resolutions, if you felt like change is too hard or you're just not disciplined enough, Atomic Habits is the book that can help you rethink the problem. It's not about being perfect. It's about being just a little bit better, a little bit more often. And if you keep that up, the results, as Clear shows again and again, are anything but small.